Hey everyone, DarkDragoon here, and as you guys can see, I am playing the SimCity Beta that is pretty much going on just for today, Saturday the 16th. I was lucky enough to go ahead and get my key. I pre-ordered, so that is why I have access, and I definitely wanted to bring some of the some of a sneak peek of the sort of footage, some early gameplay of SimCity, which is set to release March the 5th. Yeah, so basically this I think should be broken up into about 3 or 4 parts. Probably 3 is what I'm going to aim for, as you can see I have an hour to play. Yeah, so pretty much I don't want to waste too much time talking, so why don't we go ahead and get right into the game and check it out. Thus far, I haven't really played much. I just played through the tutorial that it sort of forces you into at the very beginning. I sort of sped my way through that as quickly as possible. Honestly, I've been keeping my eye on this game, so I kind of already knew what generally what is going on and what we're doing. So I didn't really feel like I needed the tutorial. But who knows what I'm going to get into with this city it's about to put us in. So here we are. Cool. So, as you guys can see, we can do lots of stuff. We got ourselves a decent sized little area here. I know there's been a lot of concern about the area size, and we're going to obviously get a few tutorial pop-ups. And of course they're optional. Interesting thing that I kind of like about this is the idea of sort of missions that the game will give us. I'm pretty sure this is going to hold true in the full version, where you're basically going to get these pop-up missions, because from what I've noticed is by doing them you're also going to get money. So why don't we go ahead and get started. You guys can see all of our buttons to really manage what we're doing is down here at the bottom, and we've got a couple different things. Thus far, I think I've got this set to full settings at the moment. Let's just take a look real quick. Yeah, everything's pretty much set to full. I don't actually know if my computer should be running it at full, but I figured for the purposes of recording I would, and we'd see how it goes to sort of test this thing to its fullest. So that done, why don't we get to building some fun stuff. You can see they're going to give us a little bit of information. And I'm going to start out, they give us a couple different tools to work with. And I think I'm going to go with curvy roads to start with, just because I kind of like curvy roads. And we're going to go with a medium density avenue as sort of our central city road. And I'm just going to, I don't know, whoa. Alright, no, I don't want to do it that curvy. I wanted something a little... you guys know me, I'm always changing my mind about things. Yeah, let's do kind of a bit of a curvy, sort of central avenue. Sort of the central main road that's going to run through our city. As you guys can see, we got a couple different types of roads, and they are defined by their density levels. Pretty much in previous SimCities, if you guys are familiar, all zones' density was defined by the zone itself. In this game, how tall your buildings are going to get is defined by the density of the road. Basically, how many cars the road can handle. So let's just zoom in here a bit and sort of get a good look. I think what we're gonna do is just get ourselves a straight line tool and just give ourselves a sort of a low density street just off sort of the main highway, and maybe, let's see, maybe do another side street here-ish. No need to make everything in a preset grid pattern. I kind of am a fan of a little more organically designed cities, so let me extend this out a little bit. As you guys can see, roads are definitely eating up our money pretty quickly. That's kind of intentional. A little bit of a curve in that road. Because everything is going to basically run off our streets. Our streets are our city's infrastructure. I don't want to put that there. This curvy road tool is a little tricky to use, I have to admit. It's cool, but it's a little tricky. We're wasting a bit of money, but oh well. Obviously, not everything is in the beta. We're going to be a little bit limited here. Don't like this. I do not like this at all. I don't know why I don't know if I have a hand tremor or something, but good lord, that is awful. So yeah, let's just draw sort of a straight street, please. Just head it off in this direction. And that done, I think we're ready to start zoning a bit like they want us to. So as you guys can see, pretty traditional SimCity style. We got ourselves some residential, some commercial, and some industrial. What does this want us to do at the moment? So it wants us to get some houses down, and I think houses, we're gonna start them off over here, basically, in our sort of neighborhood. So these are pretty much gonna follow our streets. So I'm just gonna sort of line them like so. And you know what? Maybe we'll have another side street coming off this way. Just because I'm sort of thinking about what neighborhoods sort of look like back where I'm from. And yeah, so something maybe like that. So usually small neighborhoods in sort of a small city like this, they aren't terribly well gridded out. They'll usually just sort of twist and turn and do all sorts of crazy stuff. I'm gonna keep testing out this curvy tool because there we go. Yeah, I like that. And actually, maybe this comes out a bit more. Come on. And let's see if we can't. Yeah, I like that. Lots of neighborhoods are like that, right? Just little turns. Alright, they're already yelling at us that they want some more stuff. The other interesting thing about this game is that, see all these zones I'm putting in? Totally free. The zones themselves cost nothing, and that's sort of, again, that's intentional, as obviously the roads are very expensive, but yeah, houses, free. So let's see, what else do they want from us? They're telling us all sorts of stuff like, oh, our buildings need power. Oh, Sims and they're wanting power. I think, let's see, I think we're going to put our power plant up here. Probably, let's put it right here-ish. Cool. And it's going. And in a little bit, you can see this sort of data layer here is built into the game. And once this thing starts going, it's obviously it's going to be looking for some people to hire first. You can see down here our Sims are pretty upset as we're getting little zots that are telling us, hey, there's no power down here. Hopefully this thing will start. There it goes. And you can actually see the power flowing through our power lines, which are pretty much assumed to be running along the roads, which makes a certain amount of sense. And our city is slowly but surely powering on. You can see all the little energy data packets. Basically the whole game runs off of these, the whole engine runs off of these little data packets that run along the road. You can see everything that's going on is representative of an actual sort of packet of information, from these cars to the sort of power running through the lines, etc. So just sort of slowly getting our Sims to be happier. So this is our water data layer, and we can see that basically we've got a little bit of information about the water table here, and obviously the darker the blue, the more water is available from that location. So we want to find a good spot that's going to give us a good amount of water. And we definitely want to make sure that it's not going to be anywhere near any sort of ground pollution, which at the moment we don't really have, but definitely want to be careful of that. I think what we're going to do, extend this out this way a little bit. Because as you can see, everything must be up against a road, even your water towers, which I actually kind of like. I never really liked how in SimCity 4 you could just plop all that stuff off to the side and you didn't have to make it look like a city. You could, because that's just not how cities are made. That's not how they're put together, so I kind of like it. I find it interesting. Not that I didn't like SimCity 4, I love that game, but there you go. And just like our power, we can see the packets of water going through the roads and flowing through the pipes. And once they get down here, our Sims will start to get water. And they're going to get happy. I gotta say, the music in this game is fantastic. It's very low-key and sort of chill. Hopefully, the music's not too loud for you guys. It's a little loud to me, and I turned it down pretty low. I'll turn it down a little bit more, just so that you guys aren't deafened, and you can hear me. Hopefully, it hasn't been too bad thus far. So there we go. So basically, we've gotten our Sims with some basic utilities, and they've got places to live, but they don't have much more than that. Let's see what this person has to say. Okay, just like I said before, there's going to be a lot of times when Sims are going to give us little missions, and obviously this guy is giving us a mission for some commercial zones, because Sims definitely need places to both work and shop, and commercial provides both. And I don't know about you guys, but the town where I grew up in, most of our shops and stuff were sort of along the main, I don't want to say highway through the city, but sort of the main street. So I'm pretty much going to sort of set this up as our main street. Just sort of set up a bit of commercial here. Fair amount. We'll just do it on that one side. Cool. And we'll pop up the speed real quick. This being my first playthrough, by the way. I don't know if any of you guys watching tuned into my live stream throughout the day of Saturday, but hopefully if you did, you'll notice that I seem to be probably better then than I am now. This is my first playthrough. I've seen the game played a couple times now during the first beta, but this is my first actual attempt at playing it myself, so cool. So that done, I think we had another guy who wanted to talk to us down here. Pretty much it looks like he wants a job. And I'm going to slow it back down again to llama speed. I tend not to like to play the game in cheetah speed. So that done, why don't we pop up here and get ourselves set up with some... I cannot recall if we did this as a medium density. We did. Cool. Let's get ourselves set up with some industrial zones, because I think it's about time for that. And I'm going to grid this out a little bit more. Apparently I did not. Very interesting thing about this game, you can just upgrade your streets once they're down. You cannot upgrade these streets into avenues, but you can certainly upgrade your avenues to higher density versions. So yeah, so I'm going to set this stuff up here, like I said, to be a little more gridded out, but you guys can definitely see there's, as I'm sort of have my cursor hovering over here, there's a little indicator that's showing us the direction of the wind. That is very important for planning your industrial zones, is that obviously the wind will blow our pollution that direction, which will be away from our city, hopefully. And yeah. I very much like how it seems they've added to this beta the fact that it's showing us the back end of where the zone roughly will stop. So that gives us an idea of about how much space these things are going to need. So, very cool. I'm just gonna probably give ourselves another street here-ish. Again, trying my best to be straight lines as possible. Industrial zones obviously need quite a bit of room to play, and I'm going to put quite a few in because industrial zones are always good to have, good for jobs. So yeah, city's starting to come along pretty nicely. Doesn't look like there's anything in particular people want. What is... Okay, this guy's telling us that yeah, we need more jobs, more jobs. Plenty of people need more jobs. So let's okay, looks like finally have dealt with our jobs issue. Looks like they finally have enough and they're done complaining about it. On the plus side about this game, I've noticed they don't complain nearly as much as in some previous SimCity games, so that's a good thing. These are looking pretty good thus far. So let's take a look over here at our RCI meter. This is pretty much telling us what, basically what the city wants. And right now they're looking for sort of middle-class people, medium wealth Sims, and some low-wealth shops. So yeah, you can see. Okay. Why is this flashing? Okay, this is telling us that we have no sewage system, and you can see, oh, there's all sorts of nasty stuff hanging around in the pipes. As I understand it, basically, as soon as Sims start getting water, they're going to start producing sewage, and having that hanging around in the middle of our Sims is not exactly a good thing. If that hangs around them for too long, Sims will start to get sick, and we really don't want that. So we're just going to, I think, put a little bit of a straight road basically over in this corner of the city, and have this sort of be our dumping ground. There we go. This is where we'll sort of keep some of our more dirty, ground polluting stuff. So as you guys can see, our sewage pump we just put in is now pulling all this nasty sewage through our pipes, through our streets, and dumping it onto the ground somewhere over here. I know, we're not very environmentally friendly here, but what do you want?